What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Arctic, because that's where we feel like we are right now. It has been so cold, guys, and when I say cold, I mean frigid. For example, last night our wind chills were negative 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we usually get some cold winters, but so far, up until the last couple of weeks, we were like, okay, are we really going to be able to...
Seems like it's going to be a very mild winter.
But we got hit, and we also got hit with quite a bit of snow. The app said we got 25 inches. Obviously, apps can be off a little bit, but it was definitely on up there. I have no idea what the actual number was, but stepping out there, we definitely got our wish for some snow. Beyond that, we are not going to be getting above freezing, I think, for most of the week, and so it's going to be around for a while because this is a big snow. But anyways, guys, just an update, because I know we mentioned that we were going to be getting hit with a winter storm, and we did. Today, we're going to be checking out what are Brits really like, truth or cliche. Basically, I think what we're about to see is multiple Brits, it's more than just these two, actually answer some of the most popular questions people have about British people. Or assumptions, yes. So I think we're going to see what is actual truth and what are stereotypes.
Right.
And so, guys, enough rambling. Let's go and jump in here and check out what are Brits really like.
Why are Brits always sunburned? Bottle of water.
Are Brits circumcised?
A Brit after 5 drinks in a good mood
is your best friend.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly what you mean.
This looks fun.
Yeah, it is.
Hi, I am Claire.
And I am Kappa, and today we're going to be answering many Googled questions about being British.
I'm scared to see how people interpret the United Kingdom. I don't think it's going to be very positive.
I don't think so either.
Why?
Why are Brits so obsessed
Why
with
are Brits so obsessed with tea?
Colonialism. It's just such a British thing, though, so part of our culture. Yeah, was that? Stop for a second.
Beanie Brothers. We're Beanie Brothers. I think it probably has to do, right, with the biscuits. Dunkin' Biscuits, man.
Which came first?
Which
the tea or the biscuits?
Yeah, which come first, the tea or the biscuits?
Fancy a cuppa?
Yeah, or if someone's upset, it's, I'll go put the kettle on. We can sit down and talk about it.
It's like a warm hug. It's a whole event around it. Yeah, and so many different things like, do you put the milk in first? Do you put the milk in after?
Yeah.
What kind of biscuit can you dunk in your tea?
Yeah. How many seconds can you leave the
That's been asked so many times or said something about in the comment section.
The most British thing about me is probably that I apologise for absolutely everything. Just cannot stop saying sorry. The most British thing I can't stand is all of these Brits on holiday. You know, the ones who get really, really drunk and scream at people. Like, it's so embarrassing.
Why are British eggs orange?
Are they orange? We have orange yolk. You know, sometimes
Wait.
we have a special yolk. Maybe
in the middle. British eggs.
Maybe it's that.
I never knew that eggs came in a different colour until I moved abroad.
Are they talking about the shell or the yolk?
All eggs
I don't know.
Were this orange, beigey kind of colour, and I always thought that in American cartoons eggs were white just because that's how they were in cartoons. I never knew that they were different colours. The most British thing about me is my approachability. I can't stand tea. That's the biggest thing I can't stand about Britishisms.
Why is...
Wait, are they talking about the shell? It sounded like he was talking about the shell.
He was talking about the shell.
Orange?
I gotta know. I gotta see a picture.
Are they talking about what we would consider brown? Like it's like a...
Well, I would think they would call that brown.
But, you know, when you look at a brown egg, sometimes they can appear to be a little orange.
But I don't know.
I've never seen what I picture as an actual orange shelled egg. I've seen blue.
Yeah, I've seen blue, speckled,
white, green,
brown.
But I've never seen like a bright orange shell.
Neither.
I don't know if that's what they're talking about, because
I see that.
Obviously yolks in their natural state should generally be
a good
orange
healthy
color.
yolk. Yeah, should be more orange.
British food, so bad. Okay. So I love it, but I think people from other places, I think they don't understand. Yeah, it's very bland, I would say.
Really?
Most interesting, but it's so homely and comforting.
We're very limited in our dishes.
Yes.
It's just a lot of chips and a lot of sauces and a lot of carbs.
Yeah, if you're hungover
Best food in the world.
and you get fish and chips from the chicken,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to sort you out. The most British thing about me is a dry sense of humour and a deep fear of offending other people. The thing I find most annoying about the UK is the price of the trains and that the pubs close at 11 p.m.
I know.
That was surprising.
I've heard that and it's surprising, but also the train thing is surprising because
That it's expensive.
yeah, because like well, compared to here, the ease of access with so many different trains everywhere.
Yeah, you would think it would be cheaper because it's so prevalent, but
And it still might be cheaper than what we could do. I'm not saying it's not, but like I would have just thought it would be like, hop a train for five pounds. And, I'm sure it is in some areas. I'm sure not, the entire country over expensive, but that is something I've wondered about. But when it comes to British food, at least what I've explored, I definitely think a lot of it is comfort related in a way.
Yeah.
It does seem like there's a lot of carbs involved.
I was going to say the carb heavy thing does seem accurate from what we know about.
Even things like the beans on toast, even though beans are known to be higher in protein than a lot of other plant foods, still beans are fairly carb heavy. Stuff like fish and chips, though, man, I'm so on it. I mean, that's my jam. That's totally my jam.
Why are British houses so small? This I agree with.
That is absolutely true.
Are they smaller than other places?
American houses are really big.
Maybe British people are just smaller.
I don't know. I definitely think on average, because we've learned this, that American houses are bigger, but plenty of people also live in smaller houses. It just depends on where you're at. A lot of people have built these mansions, but I think that trend has come to an end and people are starting to appreciate smaller houses.
Starting to turn again.
Yeah.
Like before, up until this point, I feel like most people, if they were going to build a house or buy a house, they wanted it as big as they could afford.
Yeah.
And, like keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. But now I do feel like it's changing a little, and people are looking to be more intentional about how much they have to take care of. And I know we are.
Yeah, definitely. Like I could be a billionaire and I wouldn't want a mansion. I appreciate looking at them and for the beauty and the architecture.
And I think it would be fun to like go rent one for a week.
But I don't want to have to take care of that.
Right, it's just a lot of.
I want my house to be the space that I need.
Houses. So you could theoretically build them with much higher ceilings and build them higher.
A high ceiling does make a difference.
No, I love high ceilings.
And the walls are also really thin too.
We don't have good architects.
The most British thing about me is my sarcastic and dry sense of humour. The British thing that I cannot stand is our culture towards pretending like everything's okay.
Why are Brits so reserved?
I'd hazard the guess at the whole old school mentality of children are to be seen and not heard. And you need to be polite and quiet and do as you're told and put in your place.
Sometimes we aren't actually very straightforward. We are, instead of being like, I don't like you doing this, people are like, actually, I'm not too sure about the way you're potentially doing this, but I think we should be doing something much longer than
I think Brits are so scared of offending each other, so we just want to be nice. But then I think it actually makes us less nice ultimately because we're secretly resentful.
And it just hurts you.
It's interesting though, like when you look at British comedians, it actually seems like the opposite. Like they'll go full on into offending people.
British comedian.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a result of the culture being so reserved.
Why are Brits so snobby? Because they're the best.
Definitely a French person wrote this. No, I'm joking.
I think the general idea of people thinking of British people abroad, they must assume that everybody's like upper middle class and but we're not. And most British people are so down to earth.
This is a quote.
I think generally speaking, I think in any country you probably have this to a certain extent. And what I believe it's some accents make a person seem like they're very well off.
Or snobby.
Even if they're not.
Yeah.
And we have that in America. You have the deep Southern accent versus more of a very proper Northern Midwest accent. And that changes the way someone's perceived. Even if the person with the deep Southern accent is like very wealthy, for example, and the one with the proper accent comes from a very humble beginnings. And I think that there's something about just the way people speak. In general, you're going to find that people perceive the person
a certain way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you get that because of what people see on movies and TV shows and whatnot.
The reinforced stereotype of,
Classic one. Why are Brits always sunburned?
Yeah, I definitely turn into a lobster in the sun.
We don't get that much sun. It's always like rainy or cloudy, or there's always some reason. So we're always out in the sun. We always want to be in the sun. So either we forget to put sun cream on because we're like, oh, well, it's only 15 degrees. It can't be that strong. Or we've slathered it on and we're like, okay, we're fine for the day.
You come home without a bit of sunburn from a holiday, people won't take you seriously.
Why do Brits drink so much?
Oh my god, there's so much.
Because we're all borderline depressed.
Yeah, truly. There's a toxic combination of vitamin D deficiency, small houses. It's
Small houses.
Actually, that's one of the things I do miss. Like people from all generations, like coming into like one bar and like getting so drunk together they lose all inhibition. I miss those sticky carpets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly what you mean.
Are Brits circumcised?
Wait, what does that mean?
No.
It's definitely a very American thing. It's really cultural. They find it weird if you're not circumcised, whereas it's definitely not a British thing, unless you have a medical reason.
I feel like most of the world is.
Yes. Yeah.
What did it say?
Are British European?
Oh.
Yeah, I think I've looked at this before somewhere, the statistics behind this, and it is a very American phenomena, and I don't really know.
And also religious.
Why that is.
certain religions.
Yeah, but like, I mean, there's a lot of places that are Christian or religious, and like, but they don't do that on the level that Americans do.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure where that comes from, but it's absolutely true. And America, I think, definitely one of the top places.
Yeah.
But British, I would consider British people European, 100%. I mean, how could you not? I mean, like, it's part of Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand maybe not what do you call it?
Mainland.
Mainland Europe, of course, but it's still part of Europe. What?
Interesting.
For a number of reasons. I think geographically, we're an island away from Europe, even though we've been considered European for so long.
Really?
There's not much in our culture that makes us feel European.
Well, it's on the European continent, so yes, I think they are.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't like to think they are sometimes, but
She said they.
are
Wouldn't it be
Brits
we?
happy with Brexit? At
Wow.
least the people we know aren't.
Yeah.
I would say it's so like
I'd agree with that.
divided.
Even the people I know who voted to leave, they're not happy with it, but they just kind of make excuses for it. Like, oh, well, it's this because of the pandemic. Oh, it's this because of this. And then you're like, it's everything all together, but I understand that you're not happy about it. So, no, I don't think they are. Are British people friendly?
And
Yes. The more south, the more unfriendly it becomes.
Northern
Wow.
English are quite friendly. Scots are more friendly.
The Welsh are really friendly.
Charm of the Irish is something else.
And it depends how many drinks the Brit has had. A Brit after 5 drinks in a good mood
Is your best friend.
So yeah.
It's for life. They'll keep in touch with you forever.
What do Brits say and really mean?
My mum was from
What?
Singapore, and Singaporean women are so straightforward. What you say is what you get, and I think I've been told many times that I am, especially in England, even though I am British, I'm very straightforward, and I know that's a cultural difference.
British people can say so many words, but at the same time say absolutely nothing.
It's a gift.
So you really have to like read in between the lines. For example, if I offer you a cup of tea, you have to say no at least 3 times
I've heard that.
for me to give you a cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly.
If a Brit ever says something beginning with, look, I'm not being mean, but you know the thing after that is going to be true.
What do British people call a fart?
What? Wait, what? That was a perfect place to start.
The way he says
Fart.
it's funny. I love it.
Oh, I've never looked into this, what we're about to see here. I have no idea, honestly.
Me either.
I was going to say something. I had something in mind, but then
That totally side-railed you,
That
yeah.
caught me off guard, so I guess we'll just continue.
Trump is one.
My next door neighbour, she used to call it a toot.
Sometimes people say that here.
Wind.
Passing
yes,
wind.
that's a really polite version.
That was your mom's dog, Toot.
How do British people say bottle of water?
Bottle of water.
I say water because I'm from London.
I think I'm a bit more posh, so I say a bottle of water, please.
Bottle of water.
How do
Or
How do you say it?
bottle of water.
Yeah, I say...
It's more like D's, bottle of water.
I haven't said that in a while, but like I used to get like people used to like rib me over like the way I said that, especially if they weren't Southern. Because water.
Yeah,
water.
yeah, I feel like I've heard you say that.
How do you say OIL?
Oil.
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 Oil. I'm gonna go and pour some olive oil on my salad.
Oil.
It is oil.
Oil.
Water. I can't think of the others.
I feel so pretentious when I try to pronounce the T's. Like if I'm like, yes, can I have a bottle of water?
A bottle of water. I can't even
I know
do it.
that's the proper way, but when I say it like that, I feel like I'm perceived as so like goody two shoes, like pretentious.
There are some words that I legit like just I know how to say them, but I can't pronounce them the way people expect. I can't. One of those is
Wales.
Yeah, the country of Wells. People are always like, it's not a mammal in the sea. And I know.
No, it sounds, when you say it, it sounds more like a water well.
Okay.
Like WELL.
Water well. The country of Wells. Wait, let's see. Wells. Water wells. The country of Wells. Wells in the sea. Like wells. They all sound the same coming out of my mouth. And it's like, it's not that I don't understand the concept of how it sounds different when people say it differently, but it's just I cannot.
You can't make your mouth.
No, I can't make my mouth say that. It's just my grandmother, for example, she could not say Z's.
Oh, I've heard some people who has pronounced like sink, like zinc.
When she would say pizza, she also, the A's always turn into R's, so she would say.
Isn't that like a Northeastern thing too, though?
Not for her. Like, she was very Southern. It's Peacer. Peacer, yeah.
To dry their clothes on the radiator.
And we have
on the radiator
as well.
Maybe outside on the line.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in the summer for sure.
Yeah, but it's quite stressful because it rains so much that you always have to be like.
Yes, that would be annoying.
That would be annoying.
Quick, run out, grab the washing.
All the pegs off thrown.
Oh yeah, that would be really annoying.
Now it's wet on you and you're wet as well.
How do British guys flirt?
Not very well. What they do is they have at least 3 pints, and then maybe they'll come up and say, all right.
Me, I'm like, this guy actually want to kill me because he's been staring at me for the past 4 hours.
I've always flirted with people by being friends and then just getting along.
Thanks for sticking around for this song and clearing up some cliches with us about British culture.
All right, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was fun. It was cool to see a first-hand perspective. Obviously, this is just a handful of Brits. You know, they don't represent every British person, but it was fun to see their perspectives.
And not to mention, they were probably in the same age bracket.
Oh, right.
So if you ask
You're not
these
seeing multi-generational.
Yeah, if you ask these questions to people that were, I don't know, over 40, 50, 60,
I'm sure the responses would have been
you
different.
would definitely probably see some differences. You know, some of the answers probably reflected in youth.
Right.
But some are also probably just overall, I'm guessing. Every time I look at a video of some sort like this, learning about cultural stuff, I pick up some new stuff, but I also realize just how much
you've learned.
How much I've learned about your culture in general compared to when I first started knowing absolutely nothing. I mean, really.
You know what I'm surprised wasn't mentioned here?
What?
The talking about the weather stereotype.
Oh! That's true.
I feel like it is true.
I 100% know
Based on the comments on our weather videos, I feel like
I feel like that's very true.
Most of you enjoy talking about that.
And I think that's because, at least in a lot of the UK, you know, the weather can change on a dime.
Frequently, yeah.
You leave your door thinking something's going to, you leave your house thinking one thing's going to happen, and then something completely different happens, and it goes hot, cold, rainy, dry the same day. We, generally speaking, here know what our weather's going to be like. It pretty much is going to stay what it says at the beginning of the day, you know.
Yeah.
Very rarely do we think it's going to be dry and then it's rainy, or vice versa, or something like that.
Yeah, we live very inland, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably part of it. We do live very inland, but right now we are dealing with some major Arctic weather for sure.
Yeah.
I'm ready for winter to be over with. I'm done. I'm done.
It.
I'm done. I'm ready for spring. Give me spring. I'm so over it.
Yeah, I try to enjoy each season as it's here and as it comes. But
I get that.
I know, like there comes a point though where you just, but it's only like January, mid-January. So.
No, but spring's right around the corner. We just gotta get through February. We got a month.
And March.
Well, I mean,
here,
it's
yes.
true. Yeah. Back where I'm from.
In North Carolina, March was spring. Like
yeah, here April
March.
Is really spring. But you know, we got a weird climate here because it's like it gets extremely cold, like Arctic blast cold. Like I said, -12 wind chill last night, for example. But during the summer, we get brutally hot for the entirety of the summer, and it's just this weird combination. Like I don't think there's a lot of areas that are like that, where you usually
the extremes at both ends.
Right, if you have the extreme cold, usually the summers aren't going to be as brutal. And if you have brutal summers, usually you're going to have pretty mild winters. But we get both. We get knocked out with both.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, this wasn't a weather video, obviously. We're just dealing with it right now. Yeah, this was very interesting. Let us know in the comments. What do you think they got right about what they said here? What did they get wrong? What are some of the stereotypes that you feel that people that are foreign to British society believe about British society that may not be true? I definitely want to do more videos like this. I actually got one I think we're going to do very soon that I think is going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Maybe next week we'll do that. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, peace.